Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to A Young Fire. My name is Tumi WMJ and thank you so much for joining us on today's video right here on A Young Fire. Yes, you see I am not alone today. I'm with a beautiful friend, colleague, and a YouTuber as well, a business analyst, entrepreneur, people who are doing the absolute most. This channel is for young people who are on fire for God, people who are passionate about purpose, as well as enthusiastic about life and the future. If you believe you're like us, please do ensure that you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you never get to miss out on a video that we post on this channel. And if you're already part of the Fire Fam, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for doing the most with this channel. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And of course, let us share. That's our thing this year. This year, we are sharing every day. You take the link, you share. Even Millicent must share. So we are all sharing. It's sharing. So without wasting any more time, let us get into today's video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about something that is very, very important at this time of the year, and hence I brought you guys a special guest, a special somebody, because sometimes I feel, let me be honest, sometimes I feel like these people that watch this channel or are part of this family, they like hearing other people talk. When I'm the one talking, it's like, but it's like that thing where a prophet is never really taken seriously in their hometown unless a guest minister comes from somewhere, and then they, people are getting, they are being moved in this. Even the offering is a lot. So just introduce yourself and tell the people at home what you do, who you are, and why you think I called you into.
Okay. Hello Fire Fam, I am Millicent Moso.
Yo, I nearly said match.
No. Okay, well, I recently got married.
Sure.
It's been
maybe guys, I'm gonna receive grace. Receiving grace.
Exactly. It's been 6 months now. And I'm a business analyst professional in the IT space. And I'm an entrepreneur, and apart from that, I'm passionate about impacting lives, and therefore I'm an advocate for a goal-driven lifestyle. So I think that's why you call it your channel. It's because I always encourage people to execute their goals. So,
sure. At this time of the year, it's very important that we set goals. And in some of the videos that I've previously had, we have spoken about goal setting. We have spoken about spiritual goal setting, because not a lot of people believe that it's important to set goals. They just have that thing of the year must bring to me whatever, I'm just waiting for this week to come through, waiting for the month, waiting, so people have this expectation that the calendar is going to bring something to you. So I just want us to really talk about that. I've had experiences where I set goals and my goals came to pass, and I've seen them come to pass, and I've also had instances where I set goals and they really didn't happen, or I didn't achieve them. So please talk us through this, because I know you're very passionate about it, and I think that a lot of us here can benefit. So what has your experiences been? Setting them, executing them, and all of that.
Okay, firstly, I used to just live, just exist. There was a time in my life I used to not even have goals, and until I discovered myself and the things that I can do, and that is when the setting of goals came in. But maybe at that time I didn't know if it was a goal. I just started planning my life, wanting to be organized, and everything like that. So, but taking you through how my life was before I like I said, when I was just existing, I was feeling so miserable. I had a good job, it was paying me well, I had a supportive family, but still I was feeling like I don't know what
Something
I'm
is
living
missing.
for. Yes, my life is not organized. And then until I discovered who I was and what I was meant to do, basically my purpose.
Yeah.
And that's when I started like planning, and that's where it came from. And I saw like change, like I experienced so much change. And one thing about me, it's if something works for me, we were discussing earlier, I'm gonna put it out there, even if
you're a typical network market.
Exactly, I'm there. I'm gonna put it out there. And then like also I developed this passion of wanting to share how much that changed my life. And also I would desire to achieve certain things, but because I wasn't planning before and setting goals properly, breaking them down properly, so so I can have a plan on how I'm going to execute them, I'll just like procrastinate, tell myself this is what I'm gonna do, and I end up not doing it. But the minute I started setting goals, it was a game changer for me. So that's where it's coming from. It's coming from a personal experience.
And I really like the fact that, like, because we all have that, we all go through that very important moment where you realize your purpose, where you know what. I was actually having this conversation with myself this week. I'm one of those people, I talk to myself a lot, and I'm audible when I talk to myself. I'm just like, yo, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and talking about purpose, I was even saying it out to say, what is my purpose? I was carving out that mission statement for my life. And I think that's important, because once we do it, and you guys know here, I'm all about that thing. We must be very intentional about doing what we are meant to do. So let's talk a little bit more about in the Christian space. So a lot of people who watch this channel are Christians.
Okay.
And we have been taught about having expectations, and our expectations just being in the space where God is, the Spirit doing stuff in our lives, the move of God. And sometimes, do you feel like we confuse the two? You can have a goal and an expectation, and do you feel like we confuse them? Do we have to turn our expectations into goals? And because the Bible says the expectations of the righteous will never be cut off. So does this mean that I can just say, this is what I want a car, this is my expectation, so God must make it happen? Where's our responsibility in the spiritual space?
So I personally believe in putting in work, right? So first of all, I believe that we are on earth for work, which is purpose. So if you're going to set goals around what you are meant to do. Because if it's not what you are meant to do, you're gonna get tired. You don't have the grace to do that. For example, let's say now I set goals around being a singer. You are meant to do something, different.
You have to go there.
Yes, you will never even have that creativity. I've seen in my work, I'm not yet where I envision myself to be, but I know for sure that wherever I am right now, the ideas that I get to have, God reveal them to you as you begin to work. Coming to expectations, I think it's okay to have expectations. I think maybe you meant like do you mean like material things, like to say I wanna in 2 years time I need to get myself this kind of a car?
No, not just material. So I had a video previously that spoke about spiritual goals. So it's just goals in general, when that look at that look like expectations, whether material, physical, whatever it is, mental, however it is.
So I think they work together for me, right? So it's normally I can interpret expectations as your vision, the picture that you see in your heart of what you want to become, or what you want to have, or how you want to impact the world. So that's where it should start. It should start with a picture that you see. That is the expectation. You already see the finished product, and then you come down to say, okay, for me to fulfill this, or for me to like have this like in reality, I need to figure out how I'm going to, what steps do I need to take for me to achieve that. And those are your goals. You write down those goals down. And then those goals, I always say you break them into mini tasks, and then those mini tasks into daily to-do list. So every day you should be working towards achieving those goals, and ultimately, getting that picture to come to reality.
I see. Like, so it's you taking this big dream and these expectations,
yes,
and making them work,
yes,
and carving out your responsibility as an individual
yes,
in these expectations that you have. And I'm guessing that these expectations, like you said, must be aligned to your purpose, because if they're not aligned to your purpose, you're wasting your time.
You're going to get tired.
And you said something that I like. You said grace. Because
Yes.
grace is important.
Yes.
And I was just talking to someone the other day, and I'm like, you know, even going to the gym, you need grace for it. Like every single thing that you do in life, you need grace for it. Because if you don't have the grace for it, you're gonna struggle.
Exactly.
You're going to struggle to, you know. I was, and I'm not really trying to pinpoint anybody, but I was watching a popular reality show, and this person left saying, "Oh my God, I'm suffering every other day. Oh, I'm suffering," and I was like, "This suffering,
I know what you're talking about.
This suffering. You've been suffering since." So for me, I was like, but why? Why are you suffering? So because you will suffer, because you are working outside of your purpose.
Yes.
You will suffer.
Absolutely.
You will say stuff like that,
Yes.
and you won't just say them. They will be your experience,
Yes.
because you are legit suffering because you keep on doing this thing that is not meant to be done by you. So I totally get that, and I would encourage anybody who's watching today's video to say, start there. Start by getting a good foundation in terms of what your purpose is and what your expectations are around your purpose. What these things that or what is the place you want to get to, like within your purpose. Like saying that my purpose, for example, is to, I always say that my purpose is to show people that they can live a better quality of life. You know, everything, your life today, there's something that the Holy Spirit told me a long time ago, is that today you are at the least that you can ever be. So if you do the things I tell you, if you go to the places I tell you to go, if you listen to my instructions, the clouds are gathering. So if you do the things that I'm telling you to do, then the life you are living now is the least that you will ever live. So it will always be incremental. There will always be growth. And if you are intentional in that growth, then you will start seeing it. So then I can start telling myself that from this purpose, this is what I would like to do. I would like to change the quality of life in this particular phase for myself first, and then share it with everybody else.
Exactly. I always say it has to work in you first. It has to be something that you are connected to.
Sure.
You know? And I think God is very intentional about that. If He gives you an assignment, He knows that you are very much connected to it. I will give an example. I remember one time, like, this gentleman came to me and he was like, Millie, I have an idea, I just don't know how to execute it. We met, I was like, sure, let's meet over for coffee. So I was like, let's meet over coffee. And then we met, and then he's like, he's producing some documents, legal documents. I'm like, what's that? What do they call it? NDA? Non-disclosure agreement.
Yes.
So I'm like, what is it for? In case you steal my idea, I don't have the grace to execute your idea. I can help you, but I'm not connected to it. It doesn't interest me. I can have the ability to come up with execution ideas, you know, to say, maybe you can target this kind of people. Maybe you can, you know, do research. Who are your competitors? I can support from there to give you a foundation of how you can get started. But it does not wake me up at night. I don't even see it as a problem.
So
for
no
me.
part basically.
I'm not gonna steal it. If I steal it, it's a waste of time. You know, when you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, nothing else interests you. And I think when it comes to setting goals, it has to start with knowing who you are and what you are supposed to be doing, and everything will follow. I guess we'll come to the question later to say what you know.
What are the things that
you need to do? So.
This is a question that I have, because from what we were saying, there's something that I was picking up. There are these new, because we are talking from the Christian perspective, and there are these new things that keep on coming up every now and then, where you hear people manifesting, people putting vision boards together, people doing 11/11, you know. And
what is 11/11?
In one of
that
means she doesn't watch the videos that we do, because in one of the videos that I'll link it actually.
Okay,
we had a video where we were talking about things Christians should stop doing. And one of those things was that we should stop manifesting. We should stop doing 11:11. It's not spiritual.
New age thing.
It's new age, borderline, spiritual. You know those people who are like, I'm not Christian but I'm spiritual. Those are the kind of things that they do. So they do a lot of vision boarding. They cut things out of like pictures or stuff, paste it on the walls. Do you think that could be classified as you mapping your goal? No, you mapping your goals out and you putting things out together. Is it okay?
I think there's no scripture that says it's wrong, but I don't do it. And I've never done it. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Well, maybe let me say that's not my way of working.
Okay.
And simply because I've seen people do vision boards around cars, houses, destinations, what. God is in the business of impacting lives. You know, if it's purpose, it's not about you. It's about being of service to others. It's about solving problems. That's what God is doing. It's about making our community better. You know, in different ways. So I can put that in the picture. So there is a difference between your work on earth, your assignment or your purpose, and your personal ambitions. Me saying this is on my vision board, I must go to Devon, or I must go to do island vacation or whatever, that's your personal ambition. Yes, you can achieve it, but I always say those are byproducts. If you focus on work, what you are meant to do, that is the most fulfilling thing. That is what is going to make you look forward to living because it comes from God, and you constantly want to hear from God, because it's like He gave you the assignment. He hasn't revealed everything to you. You constantly need to work with Him to know what's the next step. Submit your plans to God. You know, this is what you will always want to work with God. I mean, there's a verse that I love in Proverbs. I love the book of Proverbs. Because I feel like it has a lot of life instructions, and you can apply them as a Christian. Even in your business, you can apply those instructions in your business as well. So
what's your favorite chapter, just by the way?
Proverbs 16 verse 3. Commit all your plans to God, and He will establish them. So what it means is not to say now I have to commit my plans of getting a car. I have to no, it has to be the plan of God for your life. And you're going to do it His way. That's what it means by committing. You're going to die to self. You're going to let God take leadership in the whole process. I've heard rich people say, I always thought if I start making millions, I'll have this peace. I still feel the void. Meaning those material things, those things that you put on the board, they're not going to fulfill you. It's only when you have found your real work on earth that you're going to experience the peace of God. Then because you are doing the work, God will take care of you. You'll be able to buy all the cars.
I like what you said, that everything else, all the material things are byproducts.
They are byproducts.
They are included. You know, it's like a package that you get, and everything is included. So don't run for the lesser. Look for the greater, and the lesser is included there.
So I'll give an example with you. You mentioned that you're passionate about helping people realize that they can live a better life. You can't put that in a picture. Where are you going to get it from? It's not in magazines. But it's a picture that is in your heart. And sometimes that's why they say some people, you don't need to discuss a vision with certain people because they might not get it. That's because it's placed in your heart as to be, not in my heart. I can get it. I can pray with you. But you're the one who knows exactly. Who knows the how you want. Yes. So you just work with God to, execute it. God will touch the hearts. God will bless you. You'll be able to. It's work.
It's work, and that's one of the things that I always say to people, that listen, I don't have free time. I even tweeted the other day and I was like, what this year, each and every day is accounted for, because I'm very intentional about it, to say I must plan it to the T. I must plan the holidays, plan the vacations, plan the work, because if you are sitting like this and you're not doing anything, there's something you could be doing. You are just choosing to sit here and not do it because maybe at the time you know it's important that we rest and all of those things. So I know for a fact that it's very, very important for us to rest. But the call on one's life is what is absolutely going to move us to do the things that we need to do. And then I want us to talk about this here. I haven't showed anybody what this is, but I already like this because it's written execution, and that is where I feel a lot of Christians lack. We lack the execution. We lack putting in the work. We lack writing down those tasks. And then in 2-3 months' time, when these things are not happening, we resent God. We are resentful for church. Then we say, oh, I'm church hurt. I'm this. You know, the people at church don't care about us because you lacked to put in the necessary work, you know, that you needed to put in so that your goals can come to pass. You are not doing the right work on yourself and on your life. There's something that I learned in 2021 where the Holy Spirit kept on saying to me that you need to prioritize purpose over performance. Because
I love that.
Performance is beautiful. We can be shooting as many videos as possible. We can listen to YouTube videos. You are a YouTuber yourself. You know, we can listen to other YouTubers who are telling us that you must at least post once a week. You are posting once a week of garbage content. No purpose. It's not reaching to anybody. You know, we were just talking about it's not changing a life. You know, we were talking about how, you know, we need to level up our content and not anything, and I was already telling you, imagine if we could level up from where we are. Where we are is great. This is where God wants us to be now. He's running our roots deep so that our fruits can go upward. Great. But there is that certain purpose that is going. There's a purpose about this season. And you must make sure that even the people you are reaching, you are changing their lives at a certain point. I don't really...
You can't afford to pay.
You can't afford to just be here. You just want to be performing. You want to be doing. There's a lot at cost. There's a lot at cost. There's a higher calling to what we're doing, especially because, you know, in the space we're in, it can look like, no, you must record. Why are you not recording? Record. So it's really prioritizing that purpose over your performance, and
knowing when it's time. As well.
Knowing the time. Knowing the time so that you can do the right thing at the right time. And I think this would help anybody who's watching. So this is a guide, right? It's my goal execution guide. Can I open this one? I saw that you wrote it. So this is a 12-month execution period planner. So I'm gonna try and explain it a little bit, but I'm gonna give you also to explain it. But I see it's written in different months. So here you've got different months, and it's actually beautiful, good quality. I won't even lie. And then it's got the different months that you're going to be writing your visions, your goals, and all of the things that you want to do. And then it's got the daily tasks. I absolutely love the fact that you know what? You know, a business analyst is a business analyst. Guys. Like you can see one from a mile away.
You can see this.
You can see one from a mile away. But what I absolutely like about this is that you are bringing it into people's lives for people to be accountable to themselves. You know, and imagine if you take such things, you take a book like this and you're praying over this every single morning. You're praying over these tasks. You are looking at your challenges 9/9. In the previous video, just the one we posted last week, I said I would like to, I like seeing raw state of things. So if there's blockers and there's challenges, please write them down so that you can see them. So you can see the devils you are taking. You are seeing the devils you are taking. And
deal with them.
And deal with them.
Deal with them. Have a plan on how you're going to deal with those blockers.
So I think this is a really great tool for anybody to use. So I'm going to give you time to explain it a little bit so that I don't take away from the explanation. So you can give us a good explanation of what inspired you to write it. Why did you get all the way here? And where do you want to see this go in the future?
Sure. So again, it's coming from a personal experience. I think I discussed the project that I was working on. The mobile app that I was trying to implement.
Oh, I know that mobile app. I've been called so many times. There's a mobile app. There's a mobile app.
Then I came up with a way that I just couldn't give up on it. Even when I'm sleeping, I'll be so hurt that I don't see any progress. So then obviously, like, I was praying about it. I was feeling like this is something that I'm supposed to do. And even when I told myself, well, you know what, it's even taking a lot of money, let me just stop. I won't sleep that day. Maybe I'll hear a word regarding, bringing those things, those ideas to life, and then I'll feel so revived. So until I went back, and then I realized that actually I don't have a plan here. That's why everything is just messed up. There is no direction. So I used an Excel spreadsheet to write down what exactly is stopping me from working on this project and making it work. And I had to face the fact that I lacked patience. I just wanted to let it go. I just wanted to release the app. I don't care whether it looks good, the quality, as long as it works.
As long as it works.
And then I realized that, like, so many things that I had to work on. So that structure from the Excel spreadsheet really helped me. And like I said, if something works for me, I feel like
share it.
I feel like there's someone somewhere like me and needs help.
Oh yes. So if you are watching this video to this point, share it.
Exactly. So, and then I went to an interview at your church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the lady was in Youth Live.
The award-winning, they will never let me go. The award-winning show Youth Live for 2021. Shout out!
Wow, that man deserves all the wins. So then I was invited to that interview, and the lady asked me about goals. How important is it to set goals? And at that time, I don't think I would be like motivating people to execute their goals. And luckily, I was at that place where I was dealing with like the Excel spreadsheet, where and she asked me the importance of setting goals. I told her, and then I also explained how I set my goals and how I make them work, And that clip, I posted it on my social media.
I saw that.
You saw it, right? And the other time, now that I started a channel and I felt like this is my niche,
yes,
making people realize that they are not born to just be spectators. As much as you can watch Tumi's video and be motivated, Tumi can also benefit or draw from what God has deposited in you. So that was my message. And for you to become that person, you need to live an organized life. You need to plan for your time and also set goals, So one time I was just like, I think I was taking a shower. Holy Spirit talks to you
in the shower.
In the shower.
Because I'm not the only one. Yo, he comes for you in the shower
in the morning. Yes.
Sure.
Last year, around August, and then he took me back to that. I was just thinking about the interview. I don't know why. So he took me back to that clip, and then I watched it, and then God said to me, I want you to turn that into a workbook that is going to help people execute their goals. I was like, what? So, because I was busy with other projects, and my husband came back, and then from work, and then I was like, I had this experience, but it was so affirming. Like, okay, it's something that I really need to do.
It was like Mary when she was hearing that she's going to give us Jesus.
I can say that because like it wasn't like a forceful voice, but it was just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like it is urgent, but not in a bad way. Like, let me just use the word important. It has to be done. It's MVP.
Yeah.
BA language is the most important thing to do.
She took us back to work.
So, we sat down, and then he was like, let's pray about it to obtain clarity. Because I was feeling like, I don't know how to turn this video into a book. So I prayed about it, and then the other time I just woke up and I started designing. And I spoke to this guy who
you designed it yourself?
Yes, I designed it myself. So I spoke to this
guy.
Typical
BAs, we do everything.
But there's a guy who reviewed the thing, because I just had a line, my GoalExecution guide.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, no, Millie, let's make it nicer. And then I spoke to him. I was like, this is what I have. What do you think? He's the founder of Outbox. His name is Brian. Yeah. So he's always been supporting me. So he was like, yo, Millie, that sounds like a dope product. Do it. And you know what? The only way to manufacture that thing, done manufacture it in South Africa. I was like, serious? Yeah, because he works with printings. His company does a lot of designs and printings, wallpapers and stuff. Yeah. So I got an advice from him, and I wanted to come to that thing, Yahore. When you have discovered who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, you also, it dictates everything, even your circle. Imagine if I wasn't keeping those kind of people in my life, I wasn't gonna get that confirmation, you know, and also that edge, or even for him to give me tips. God works like that, you know. Yeah. So from there, I started like writing the content of it, and it was literally how I managed to achieve my goals, and I put it into this beautiful workbook.
It is a beautiful workbook, I don't want to lie. And so going into a month, okay, no wait, let me start from the beginning. So basically, okay, there's a beautiful message there by you. Yeah. And then there's my vision, and then my goals, right? Yes. And then the monthly activities. Yes. And then the goals. Yeah. I really like this part where we write the impediments and the blockers. Yeah. And then as well as the resolutions, because a lot of times a lot of Christians, we face challenges and we think the challenges are the end of the world, but the challenges are necessary. No. They are
part of the process.
Yes, they are they are part of the process, so they are necessary to you. I always say, even in 2020, one of my meditations in that year was that imagine how it was when Noah was told by God, do this. Yeah. And then he was looking. I mean, the guy built an ark for 7 years. You see. He's building for 7 years. You see. People were probably thinking, Kunini, bro.
And really, a lot of people didn't take him seriously.
A lot of people didn't take him seriously. So those blockers, there were many other blockers. That might not have been the only blocker. That might be one that I was thinking about. But there were many other blockers. I mean, material, time, resources, and money.
Content can be a blocker. Yeah. You are meant to be an apple. You are busy with information about being an orange.
Sure.
That's a huge blocker. Yes. You're not gonna make it.
You don't have enough information about what you should be doing. So that is a blocker. Those are the challenges that you need to write down, so that when you are praying, you're focused. You are intentional in the prayers. You are intentional in the things that I love the fact that it has execution in there, because that's where most people fail. You find that I was actually thinking to myself just yesterday, you find that in some companies you've got excellent planners, people who are great at planning, but are horrible at execution. And then you find people who are great at execution, but are horrible at planning. Because
you know, when you say that, you remind me of, I'll give you like a very simple example, relatable example. There's this guy that I know. He's a very good builder. He can make you a very nice house, but because they don't plan their work, today you paid him, and then tomorrow he gets another client, he leaves you and go to that one. The job is not done, but it's looking good. It's lack of planning. You must be able to plan it nicely, set timelines. Okay, I'm gonna do this one, I need to tell the next client I'm available in 2 weeks. Plan it nicely. You know where to go when you leave from here. You get some direction. So being everywhere at the same time, it's lack of planning.
It's a problem. So hopefully I'm going to put the link in the description box for you guys to be able to get one of these books, so that you are able to do this for yourself. You are able to be able to be intentional about your life, be intentional about how you're going to execute your goals, whether spiritual, whether physical, whether, there's a series that I want to do, and I hope you guys are ready for it, about health. Like being whole as a human being, looking after physical health, your psychological and mental health, your spiritual health, financial health. There is so much that encompasses a human, and My favorite scripture that I live by is John 10:10, that the thief cometh not to steal, to kill, but to destroy.
Yeah.
But I am come that you might have life and have it more abundantly.
In abundance.
You know that there's that one that says, and you might have a life and enjoy it. Me, I'm about enjoying life, guys. I did not come here to suffer.
Guys.
I did not come. Jesus died for me not to suffer, and he came, and he knew that the thief that's what he wants. He knew that the thief wants to steal your joy, wants to steal your health, wants to steal all these things. So this kind of workbook will ensure that he doesn't have an opportunity. He doesn't. You resist him so much that he has to flee. He sees already. Listen, Millicent's ducks are in a row. Everything is in check. She knows what she's going to do about her marriage, about her business, about her career, about every single thing that concerns her.
And you manage your time as well.
So I'm going to make sure that you guys are able to get it. Please do ensure that you get one. Get a copy so that you are able to be intentional about this. You're able to move into life in a different form, with a different mindset. I'm really, really looking forward to having mine.
Yeah.
And using it. And in a month or two, I'll do another video where I will be showing you guys how far I have come with the process.
And how you use it.
And how I'm using it, so that you can also,
you don't have to, like, I actually wanted to bring the black one, and I was like, this one has confidential information about business.
Sure.
But I don't mind.
So you don't want me to see the business. So that I can get mine. And I see that you are doing workshops now.
Yeah.
So what do the workshops entail?
It's just literally helping people on how they can execute. I realized that a lot of people know what they need to do, but when it comes to it, that if it's an authentic assignment from God, you can't be stuck. You told yourself that you are stuck, and you believed, and that's why you are stuck. You even expect yourself to be stuck. So you've got everything that you need to execute. So in the workshops, I'm just like literally telling people, sharing the truth about how much potential they have, and I take them through how they can use the workbook as well. Because my goal about this is people mustn't just buy it and sit there. How many times do you buy them?
Yes.
You don't even use them.
I didn't finish mine from last year.
You see, so for me, I do workshops weekly, so that people who are intentional and they serious, they can actually get to ask questions. We help each other. There is no regulator. So I get to learn from others within the network. That's the culture I'm bringing to the workshops, is that I'm not gonna sit there as if I know everything. There are people, I give people a chance to talk. I can get something from you as Tumi. You can also get something from the next person in the network as well. So nice. That's all we do there.
That's beautiful. I think do you have certain days where you do them? So that we can also join in. I would like to join in.
Yeah, I'm planning to do them every Tuesdays, but we'll probably start next month because January is just taking my time.
It's a planning month. It's a beautiful month to plan. I use most of January to plan, so that you can, by the time you go, you rather take time planning. And then by the time you're executing, you know what you're doing.
Exactly, because you need a good plan.
Sure.
So that when you execute, not executing wrong things.
Sure. I think this is really a good plan. I like the fact that you are accountable monthly. There's something that I started last year, where I have monthly meetings with myself. So every month, on the last day of the month, the 30th, I take out an hour or so and say, listen, I want to report to yourself. You know how
I like that. You're gonna like this part. This is how you will have a meeting. I also do this.
Sure.
At the end of every month, before you go to the next month, there's a
monthly introspection.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. So yes, this is basically what I would do, right? Also, I would look at everything. I would look at money and my health and whatever.
Yeah.
How many times did you go to the gym? How many times did you spend money on McDonald's? All of those
basically
things.
Based on your goals, because if you've got goals for your finances at the beginning, goals for your mental health, physical health, whatever, you're gonna look back to what did you accomplish And
Yeah.
you know, I advocate for enjoyment. Celebrate yourself.
Yes, I'm
Like,
already seeing
pop
that.
a non-alcoholic champagne, Mazalani.
And for those ones who don't pop the pop that one.
And enjoy.
Sure.
So I even wrote it here to say celebrate yourself. It's fun. It has to be fun. You don't have to be this stiff and serious. Celebrate yourself. Give yourself a high five.
High five.
You know, take yourself out to say, I just want to celebrate myself. I managed to complete these 2 activities for the past month, and I see where I'm going.
That's so important.
It's very important.
We can't stress that enough, you know, because like I'm just being reminded of so many things. But life is important that you go through. You don't want to get to the end of your journey, and even the end of a month or the end of the year, and you're like, I did not remember enjoying anything about whatever I'm coming from. It's just like that is why so many people are living. That is why there's so much toxicity around us, because we are not allowing ourselves to really enjoy the life that we live. Breathe, you know, in taking the moment, even in the challenges. I remember even in the previous video saying, even in the challenges, enjoy the fact that you are the one who is tasked to deal with that devil.
Exactly.
You are the one who was giving the thing out. Now you deal with this devil, and then you are just like, let me deal with you, because as you were saying, you're already responding from a place of victory.
Yes.
So you are dealing with this devil decisively.
To get victory. It's already been given to us. You understand your position, or you are coming from victory. Now you're going to deal with it.
Sure. Knowing
and believing what you have won.
Yes.
You know. Yeah.
No, man, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And I'm going to definitely take this. This is like a treasure, guys. I hope that you're going to don't stop creating them, because you know, the beginning of the year is not the only time we are going to need this. I feel like at any point in time we are going to definitely need one of these things. So I'm going to definitely get myself a copy and get someone else a copy. So whoever is in the comment section, and whoever is in the comment section, I don't know what you're going to do for you to be able to get one, but listen, I'm going to sponsor one for at least one person, for them to be able to also go through this process, so that they can enjoy the fruits of executing their goals and actually seeing them come to pass. Thank you so much.
This will be a reflection of your goals.
Yeah, it will.
At the end of it, 12 months period, you're gonna look back and say, I did this.
And these days, 12 months goes by now. Before you know it, it's December again. We are saying Happy New Year. So do yourself that favor. I'm going to leave all Millicent details in the comment section. The link to her YouTube channel, social media platforms, as well as where you'll be able to get my goal execution guide. And by the time that's make sure that you follow her on social media, so that by the time she starts the workshops and the workshops are running, you are able to also be notified of that, and you are able to join in. Thank you so much for watching today's video and getting all the way to the end. I am absolutely excited that you are able to do this, that we are able to do this, that we're able to have this conversation. These are important conversations in the Christian space. We really need to have these conversations, knowing and understanding where our spiritual lineage comes in, and how we are going to be able to live a better quality of life, improving the quality of life that we live, and making sure that we are smashing those goals month in, month out, day in, day out, week in, week out, and every single year. Thank you so much for joining us for today's video, and I absolutely love you. Have a good one.
Cheers, guys.